heck were these people doing in here? Look at some of these drawers here, completely busted off and chipped. This one's missing. It's like they literally tried to destroy this thing. I don't know. So we got a garage full of tires. I'm just trying to figure out what they were doing with the space. Just all a gravel pad here. Whoa, that's pretty sweet. Check this out. We're back out at one of our renovation properties. It's this beautiful little gem behind me here. Some of you seeing this video might remember this one. So if you haven't checked out that video already, check out that one right here. We got cars, we got helicopters flying over. I don't know what's going on. So in today's video, we're gonna be not only touring the house and showing the different things that we have done to renovate the property, but we're also gonna be getting into numbers, figuring out if we are gonna indeed make a profit on this deal. Again, if you were with me on the first video, you probably are noticing that the siding looks a little different. So originally this house had a T111 siding on it, which we were hoping we were going to be able to salvage. It was in a little rough shape. There were some areas where there was some damage to it. We decided, hey, you know what? We're just gonna replace all the siding on this house. So we took all the siding off and then we replaced it with this nice lap over hardy plank style siding. Not only does it look a lot better, it's just a much higher quality siding. So I love the new siding. We did all new vinyl windows throughout the entire property. If you remember previously, some of these front windows were actually already vinyl, but then as we took a little closer look, some of them were actually broken. Some of the windows in the back were actually an aluminum window. So we ended up doing windows all the way around the entire property, which I think was a good decision. Additionally, you might notice that the garage door has been swapped out as well. Swapping out a garage door isn't a major renovation, but I do like the look of this garage door. We went with modern looking garage door, which I think increases the curb appeal a bit. Hit me in the comments. Do you like this style of garage door on this house versus just like a normal like flat panel garage door? Let me know what you think about this. Does it tie in well? We've used these garage doors a few different times. I'd love some feedback on if you like them or not. So typically what we'll do is put in fresh sod in our front yards, but as you can see, we chose not to do that here and we just did all bark dust in the front. And the main reason for that is two things. One, it's relatively sloped here. Putting in a yard, it's not really a functional item. You're not really gonna play in your front yard here. And then two, we have this giant tree here, which provides a lot of shade. So getting grass to grow here, stay green, stay looking nice, and not just be kind of like a muddy mess in the wintertime, given all the shade, is an uphill battle. So we decided to just put it bark dust. It looks good. It accomplishes the curb appeal that we were looking for. All right, guys, well, let's go on inside and take a look at how this renovation turned out. Wow, this place is looking awesome. So much better than when I originally toured it with you guys. There's a couple things that I am excited to show you about this house. One of them is a backyard. One of them is a kitchen, which I'm gonna save. It's right here. We're gonna be looking at that here in a moment. But I do wanna just tour you the property here. Again, small, we're dealing with a 3-bed, 1-bath. I wanna show you the rest of the property, point out some of the things that we've done, and then we'll get back to some of these cooler items here. So let's go take a look. So this place was a full interior go. That means kitchens, baths, doors, trim, flooring. We pretty much touched every single surface here. One thing we did, like I mentioned, doors and trim. So as you can see, we've got all new 2-panel doors. This is kind of our standard trim package that we go with. I think it looks awesome. Just a nice 1x4, not only door trim, but baseboard trim. We also trim the windows out like that as well. So that looks phenomenal. And then the flooring. This is kind of like a French oak look, lighter flooring with the white walls, white trim, white ceiling. It gives it a nice pop. Given that this is a small house, we did some very light staging. So you'll notice not all the bedrooms are staged and there's some very light staging in the living room and kitchen that we'll show, but here is one of the bedrooms. It's a smaller bedroom, so we just stage it very, very lightly with some desks and some sitting chairs. That's pretty much all you need to do there. The other bedrooms, doesn't look like we staged them at all, and you don't need to on a house this size. So here's bedroom number 2, pretty straightforward, just a 10x10 square box roughly. And then bedroom number 3, kind of the same scenarios. Again, 3 beds in this home, 1 bathroom, And here is how the bathroom turned out. Heading into the bathroom here, in the original video, this was actually something that was in decent shape, was the shower enclosure and the bathtub. Given that we were touching every other surface, we said, hey, you know what? We're not gonna try to salvage a older bathtub and shower surround. So we took that out and replaced it with a new 3-piece enclosure and a deeper style bathtub, which I think turned out awesome. And then again, not a ton of room here for big vanity, but new vanity, new mirrors, new lighting, as you can see, it all turned out well. Not a lot you can do with a space this small, but we did the best we could with it. So the most exciting area of this house is the living and kitchen area. Turned out pretty nice given the limited space that we're dealing with, and we were able to incorporate an island in here to give it a nice open feel. All in all, the kitchen turned out pretty dang good. And if you were with me on the first video, you would have seen that this kitchen was a disaster. There were pretty much holes in every single cabinet door. I don't know what they were doing or why there were holes there. It doesn't matter. We tore them all out, now have all brand new cabinets, new solid surface countertops, new appliances, and it turned out phenomenal. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. What do you think of the kitchen? Do you like it? Should we have chose anything differently? Give me some recommendations. I'd love to hear it. Before we head into the backyard, I do want to show you our cleaned up garage. I don't know if you remember this from the previous video, but this was basically a tire factory. We had about 50 spare tires just in this garage here. Obviously, we didn't do too much to the garage other than just cleaning out all the debris in those tires. I mean, really, we just had a big bonfire with them. Garage is cleaned up, looking good. Now, let's head out to the backyard and take a look at how that turned out. You may recall, but this is where a ton of garbage. We had a dumpster full of just trash that they had piled up right here that we had to deal with. So again, as you can see, we've cleaned all that up and it's looking good. A couple unique things about this backyard. One is that we have a garage door on the backside of our garage. So this is a pull-through garage. Kind of interesting. Definitely unique for the area and the house itself. Very unique. I think the reason for that is this shed right here. So we have this kind of cool man cave, she shed, whatever you want to call it, or just extra storage. If you had a motorcycle or a couple of quads that you wanted to store back here, right? The only way to do it would be through this garage door here. So functionally, it makes sense to have it there because there's not enough room to really pull anything around the side there. So we didn't do too much to this structure back here. We wanted to let the new buyer figure out what they wanted to do with it. I mean, personally, I love the idea of turning this thing into a she shed. Every once in a while, you need to get her out of the house, right? Let the boys be the boys in there. So just kidding. The buyer can do whatever they want with this. The space is valuable. So that's a cool function of this property. So my absolute favorite thing about this backyard is this right here. This awesome tree fort. This is honestly one of the coolest findings I have came across at a property as far as just like a random fort or tree fort goes. I was stoked to find this. If you were with me on the first one, this area up here was fairly overgrown. As you can see, we've knocked all the brush down, all the debris. It's a pretty nice terraced backyard with a kick-ass tree fort. I don't know who the heck wouldn't want this. Again, didn't have to do much here, just clean it up, and it turned out awesome. A couple of spiders. Other than that, it's good. I don't know, guys, what do you think? Should we test it? Give me a like, throw me a comment if you want me to jump in there. Are we doing this? You know what? Gotta have some fun every now and then. All right, people. Oh no, that didn't turn out exactly how I was planning. Gosh dang it. What's going on here? So that's obviously not ideal. This is not my only stop today. So now I get to spend the rest of the day at the rest of the property runs walking around town looking like I pooped my pants. So thank you, YouTube. There was a freaking bunch of just dirt and mud, really, right here. It's okay, we'll make it through this, guys. I think what I'm gonna have to do is just cover the rest of myself in mud, and then nobody will know the difference. It won't draw attention to my dirty ass. Anyway, It could work. Okay guys, so it's time to get into the numbers on this deal. So we bought this house for $250,000. Originally, we actually budgeted for a $70,000 renovation, which unfortunately it did click up a little bit and we ended up spending $80,000 on repairs for this property and what you saw here today. So that puts our basis all in at $330,000. We then listed it on the market for $400,000 and we just received a full price offer and we are now pending. We are headed to the closing table, baby. That basically wraps up this one, guys. I take you out into the field every single week to show you the different projects that we have in various stages. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, give me a like, hit me in the comments. We'll see you on the next one. All right, see ya.